Focus. Over 70% of so-called first movers end up failing. They're not kings of the market, they're guinea pigs, testing the waters and teaching their competitors exactly how to win. Think about MySpace. They opened the door, but Facebook studied their flaws and took the crown. So if being first so often means being the experiment, why do we still treat it like the golden ticket? Welcome to Fruity Wisdom, fresh ideas for sharper thinking. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The first mover advantage is the belief that if you launch first, you'll dominate forever. But the truth is, history is littered with pioneers that paved the road for someone else to cash in. Being first is like building the prototype. You bleed time, money, and energy just to prove the concept. Being second, that's like walking into the workshop after the smoke clears. You see what worked, scrap what didn't, and build something stronger. The myth is this: pioneers always win. The truth is this: pioneers pave the road, while fast followers drive the highway. Let's talk about MySpace. Back in the early 2000s, it was the place to be. Everyone had a profile. Everyone was customizing their pages with messy HTML and blasting music the second you clicked. It felt unstoppable. But then came Facebook. And here's the twist: Facebook wasn't first. It wasn't even second. They sat back, watched MySpace stumble, and built something cleaner, smoother, and way more addictive. MySpace taught the world what social networking could be. But Facebook perfected it. That's the wow moment. The pioneer made the map, but the followers built the empire. Think about Google. They weren't the first search engine. There was Alta Vista, there was Lycos, and maybe you don't even remember those names. Exactly. Apple didn't invent the MP3 player either. But the iPod, that little white brick with the click wheel, it made music feel magical. And Netflix, they didn't start video rentals. Blockbuster owned Friday nights, but Netflix played the long game, learned from Blockbuster's blind spots, and flipped the whole industry. Here's the pattern. The pioneer swings the machete, hacking through the jungle, sweating, stumbling, getting scratched up. The fast follower, they stroll right down the path that's already been cleared. No cuts, no bugs, no wasted energy, just progress. Here's the danger: if you chase first for its own sake, you risk becoming the unpaid teacher for your competition. You build the stage, they deliver the performance. The business graveyard is full of pioneers who thought first meant invincible, but really, it meant vulnerable. So how do you make sure you're the one driving the highway, not the one paving it for someone else? First, if you are first, forget the hype. Focus on building real moats, things like community, loyalty, and switching costs that keep people with you. Next, if you're following, don't just copy, improve. Take the lessons the pioneer already paid for and deliver the version people actually wanted. Finally, speed isn't just about being first to market, it's about being first to adapt when the game changes. That's where the real edge lives. If you want to go deeper, check out Fast Second by Constantinos Markides. It shows why imitators often beat innovators. Then read The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen, a classic on how even the biggest players fall when they cling to the past. And 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, a sharp look at when being first really matters, and when it doesn't. Knowledge is nice, but action is everything. So here's the challenge: don't chase first, chase better. Find one thing this week you can improve, not just invent. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you a first mover or a fast follower? And remember, Fruity Wisdom is about turning ideas into sharper moves. Sometimes, the smartest fruit on the tree isn't the first to ripen.